Yeah, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Zah back at you real quick. But what I really want to go into was this whole coronavirus thing. Like, I've spoke about it before and people took it as a joke. You could tell if you go through my comments, a lot of people try to downplay the severity of this sickness, because that's what it is. I'm not going to say disease is a sickness. You know what I mean? It's something that can come on quick. Once you're infected, you basically got a 50-50 chance of living through it, especially if you're somebody my age and up, because whether you have an underlying problem, you got to admit that our immune system is not as strong as a young man or a young woman. We are going to suffer a lot greater than those of a younger age. They've already said that it doesn't really affect children. I mean, they may get it, but it's more likely for them to pass it on than to actually perish from it. It's more likely to hit people of a certain age and up, especially smokers, people that have any type of respiratory illness, things of that nature. Those are the people that it's going to affect. You got a lot of people right now running out, stacking up on toilet paper. And don't get me wrong, like I myself am searching for certain things, but I've already had a general idea exactly where it was going to go to. I told people before, and people chose to sidestep me and say that Zah was basically just talking out his ass because they're so used to me talking about prison issues and street issues. And when I do go into politics, people are not really receptive to it, especially if it doesn't align with their particular party, as far as like some of you Democrats. And I don't have nothing against Democrats, because I myself am not a Republican. I'm not a libertarian. I'm not a conservative. I do see a lot of conservative ways that I could align myself with. But as far as picking a general party, I'm an ex-con. So if I can't directly have it, my input, make a, you know what I mean, like do something that's actually going to make a change in certain areas, to me it's just like I stay in my lane, which is a dark patriot. You may not understand that right now. Like I said, in the future you might come to know that name. Some align with positive, some align with negative, whatever you want to see. But it's funny, like right now they eradicated 50 billion, and 5 billion of that, I need to go and read up on it again. I think 5 billion that be eradicated towards testing of the coronavirus. What you understand is, like, once they test you, if you come out positive, best believe that quarantine right now it's serious, but it's not as serious as it can get. But once that quarantine come down, your address is on that shit. But I'm not saying not to go do it, because the humane thing is to get tested and make sure that if you are infected, you don't go infect other people. People are serious. The reason I chose to make this video is because people just don't understand how serious it can get. Forget about the government. The government is going to do exactly what they want when they want, and there's nothing you can really do about it. You got people that's up in arms. You got people that say, oh yeah, we'll go against this, you'll go against that. You will get wiped out. Understand that you're not going to go against the government unless you some type of special forces and got vast resources in order to conduct that type of op. You're not going to do nothing. You're a voice in the shadow. And unless you got, like I said, got that real type of money, which you don't, because most rich people don't got that type of voice, because they're not the 1%ers. You'll know who the 1%ers is. And I'm sure enough you have did your research, especially the ones that are more savvy towards reading books and things of that nature. You already been studying up on this, pretty much knew where this was going to go from the gate. When I did my last video, like I said, people wrote it off as just not stipulation, but just Zah trying to move into another lane. But I've been up on all this. I've paid attention to the thing. That's the one thing about prison. It teaches you to pay attention to signs, the movements, when the atmosphere changes. I'm not talking about weather, you know what I mean? We're not that. But I'm talking about when shit start getting shady, when you start seeing certain movements, you know what's basically going to go down. So you get a general idea of what's going to take place. Now, if you've been on conspiracy or you did anything, you know exactly where it was going to go to if a pandemic of this nature struck. And this might not be the mother lode, the one that's going to kill all humanity. You know what I mean? We're not the dinosaurs, but you never know. You never know. This particular strain, the second one, can mutate again. and do a lot more damage depending on whether people are actually taking care of themselves. You got people that are gonna get this, survive it, and it's gonna change in them when they pass it to the next person. It's just like that. That's the way shit works. Now, the whole reason I'm talking about this is because people really need to pay attention. I know people have jokes and they do all these memes, and that's cool. It's meant to be funny, but at the end of the day, understand that the real consequences to your action of not preparing for it. You go to just today, like I'm the one of them people that I go in stores, there's too many people, I get frustrated. I just want to go the fuck home, and I'm just used to that. I'm not used to being in crowds, just and people complaining, and not that long ago, some dude, tried to get a little mouthy with my headphone. I'm still want to bust his mouth if I ever catch him, white cholo, whatever your name is. I want to bust this fool's mouth, but that's something, that's besides the point. The thing I'm trying to tell you is you need to prepare for exactly what's coming. You figure right now, Trump already shut shit down. He's already starting to close off each country. That's going to isolate just us. Nobody in, nobody out. You see what I'm saying? And it's not to say that, that he will actually declare martial law, but you figure if you got people that's running around with the coronavirus getting people sick, you think if they know people are not really going to come in and test for it, they're going to start looking for you. And the people that are found to contain the virus, they're going to start, they're going to put you in a certain part if it really comes down to that, because they can't allow a few people to compromise the infrastructure of the United States. If you remember, if you know anything outside of politics, the Americans love their guns. They love their GDP, which is gross domestic product. You can search that up. And they love agriculture. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a major, outside of the military, is a major staple of the United States. That's one thing that we got. We get shit imported in all the time, but we export a lot of goods. And that's a lot of that comes from our gross domestic product. What is made right here. You see what I'm saying? So people need to prepare for that. I'm telling you, go to any store right now. It's packed. Look on any shelf that has anything to do with any type of disinfectant, any type of toiletry. They're taking that shit. A lot of people are going to hoard it because not because they need it, because they want to turn around and sell it for a higher price. Go on offer right now. They got rolls of toilet paper, 12, charging you 30, 40 bucks just for 12. You see what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that you have to deal with, but that's what happens when you're not prepared. Go into these stores when you get the chance, grab your toiletries. You don't got to get Lysol and all this. Just because it says it had the coronavirus don't mean nothing. This is not that coronavirus. This is a whole different get down. This shit has mutated and went on to a different strain. Not one that you can just so easy spray it and kill. This is killing people. And that's what people need to understand. And when I make these videos, it's not really to garnish a gang of views, because I never really get views on things like this unless it has something to do with people getting murdered in prison or something negative. That what grabs the most part. And when people see the title coronavirus, they're this guy don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I may not be no the people that study diseases, but I read up on shit. I pay attention to shit. I know when shit goes sideways, and I've pointed out a million times. Now, if we ever hit martial law over this particular sickness, then people will maybe come back to this video. If we still got power, they may come back to this video and be like, you know what, this fool Zal was right. He wasn't one of those fools that just making up shit as he goes along. This is a real threat, and I said in my last video, and I will say it again. It's a real threat. If you make the president nervous, if you make some of his cabinet nervous, if you got all these people coming out about this disease, it's real. They shutting down schools in Lancaster and Palmdale. They trying to shut down all Los Angeles County schools for 2 weeks. Do you know the impact of that on a lot of people losing a lot of money over that? Conspiracies, I can say it all day. You know what I mean? But this, I don't know. This one is kind of out of hand, because if it is a conspiracy, this will affect a lot of market. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to talk about that, whoever comes up with something to fight the coronavirus right now outside of Lysol is going to benefit the most. So that's what I would do if I was you. I would be looking towards markets, especially when it comes to, you know, pharmaceuticals. I know people like Big Pharma and all that, but these are the type of people you want to look towards, because when they do come out with these experimental drugs that might be something to combat the coronavirus, that's the one thing people want to hear. I can get past it. They don't want to hear, hey, you're going to die from this. No, they want to hear, you know what, I'm going to take this pill and I'm going to feel better and I'm going to get past the disease. That's why when it comes to penicillin and anything of that nature, people flock to it. You got people that will illegally get it at the price of their own health, well, at the expense of their own health, possibly dying of allergic reaction. But because penicillin has been known to kill a lot of viruses, some to cure this, they got different ones. But like I said, this video wasn't basically to, you know, point out exactly, like, you know, as far as like conspiracies. It's just telling people the real, man. Go out, prepare, and understand this. If a motherfucker don't got it, they will take it from you. If stuff really get a lot worse than it is right now, you better be armed. That's all I'm going to say. You better be armed. Because go through any parking lot right now and see the frustration in people trying to get in and out, trying to get what they need in order. Because if a person think you got what they need in order to survive, they're going to take it from you. So be prepared for that, man. Watch your family and keep a close eye on everybody. Right now, I bet you they got people looking at what you bring in and out your house. Because why? They're going to take that shit if they need it. That's all I'm saying. It don't matter, gangbanger, thug, whatever. And for the people that always push against gun, the ones that push for gun laws and all that, and this the type of shit in situations like this, when it gets really bad, is when you need these gun laws that they got to go away. Because at the end of the day, if you got to protect your family, you don't need that stipulation to where, oh, you can't have this 17-round clip. No, because there's going to be more than 17 motherfuckers coming in your house. That's what I'm saying, man. We ain't going to go into conspiracies. I'm just saying, prepare. That's it. And if you ain't preparing right now, when that shit get real bad, don't come knocking on my door like, hey, Zod, can I borrow some toilet paper or some water? Because you can get turned the fuck away. And that's just what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm your boy Zod, and hopefully you get past it. Oh, yeah. Don't go get Lysol and all this, man. Look at bleach and water. Wash your hands. Bleach and water. Understand, you can wash your hands 20,000 times. You still will not get off all the dirt and bacteria. But use bleach and water and you'll be good. And stock up on your water right now. Vallarta got it, what? 5 for 10 or something like that. Somehow I got the numbers mixed up. But anyways, do your research. And your boy Zod, drop it in the comment exactly what you think about this. And you know, I might come with some controversial in my next video, but for right now, it's just to tell people to prepare. Even my family, the ones that I can outlive anything. Okay, and I'm out.